Was good, was good. Right now we're testing, we're optimizing right now. I had to stop the video because it was so long. It just takes like about a minute and a half just straight of loading like this. Um, so I want to show the first month, right? The first month, April to May of this year, we tested it, a 2R, and it won three out of 6 times, and it lost 3. Then we tested a 5R, 5 risk reward. It lost every single one. 0 out of 6. 0 out of 6 it won. So now we're testing this exact same thing on the month of 1/1/24 to 2/20/24. So a little bit more than a month and a half. So let's say a month and a half in January. This is completely out of sample data, right? So we are just trying to see what did it do in April. Okay, 6 trades, win 3, lose 3. Okay, that's fine. But we're getting a 2 out of 1. That's really good. If that's the same thing in a month and a half, that's really good. And now we can test. Why don't I just do all the whole 6 months? Because first of all, it might break the system because it takes so long to load, because we're loading every single tick of the ES. This is a lot of ticks. I don't even know if just a month and a half is going to break it. It could have been just 30 days. The month is like the cutoff with how much computation it has to do. I don't know. Sometimes it just shuts down because it's too much and it'll crash TradeStation. So we're testing 2R right now, the month of January. So let's just see if it's related. Let's just see if it is profitable, just like this 2R was in April. If that's the case, we can test 2R in the future, meaning on the simulator, let's run this system and it's continued about 50-50 win rate for a 2R. I mean, that's profitable. That's a good system. We're not asking for everything in the world. And then one other thing. So walk forward testing. So it's limited because we only have 6 months of tick data. TradeStation only gives us 6 months of tick data. So a lot of the tick systems that I use, I test for past 6 months, and then I wait 6 months and then test all of it over again and see what happens. So I have a year's worth of data. But it's so much accounting. It's like I'm running a freaking, like, I don't know. I mean, it only happens once a month, but it takes a whole lot of time, and I have to get accustomed to the strategy again. And then there's small tweaks, whatever. I'm just complaining, but let's just see. That's a possibility of what I could do here because there's limited number of samples. Again, we got profit on 2R again. So this is really good. So do we have any end of day exits? We got 1 end of day, 2 end of days, 2 end of days. Let's mark that down. Meaning at the end of the day, it hasn't hit target. It hasn't hit stopped. I'm out. Let's see how many losses we have. We've got 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's end of day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 losses, all around $500. And we've got 1, 2, 3. Wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 targets hit. 6 losses, 5 targets, and the targets are all around $1,000. This one, it couldn't have been doubled to 1,200 because it would be too far away from 1,000. 687 is closer, apparently. At least that's how the math should work. Whatever. Oh, it's going 2 to 1. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. It's supposed to be about $1,000. I'd have to investigate what happened there. But 6 losses, 5 winners. That's pretty good. Trade count. How many trades again? 13 trades. 13. 6 long, 7 short. That's awesome. I love them. Some metric like that. 13 trades. Okay, let's test 5R now. Let's test a 5R. So we know 2R is perhaps worth it. Perhaps worth it. We don't even know if 1R, dude, 1R could be really worth it. 1R could be like, it always yields a bounce. Consistently. It'll be a bounce. It'll be a bounce. Like, 80% of the time it's a bounce. Like 1-to-1, that's fantastic. If I could find that, that's better than a 2-to-1 at 50%. I'm about to sneeze. Yeah, we'd rather have a better win rate because it produces less of a volatility in our account value. Our account value goes up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. But if it's a 2R, you're risking up, down, 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 down. You have more win, or 3 or 5R. I mean, you have a huge amount of losers, and you can go into serious drawdowns without any wins. Highest win rate is the best. If they're both the same profit, I'd rather go for the higher win rate. Yeah. I know there's some nuances to that, but right now that's the case. Right now it's still loading. It's still loading. We're going to see if a 5R works or not. And then we're just going to say, screw it. I'm going to test the whole past 6 months and see if it can load. No, I'm going to do 3 months. Because 6 months, it's not going to happen. It's going to break. So I'm just going to try to do in segments. We did January to February. We did April to May. And these are going to be our in sample. Now we're going to do out of sample. So in sample means we're optimizing right now. We can choose a 2R or a 5R or a 3R or a 1R, whatever we want to choose. We're optimizing it. It looks like 2R is the golden one we want to do. Obviously, I would do 1 through probably 7. In all reality, I would just take a long, long time and do that. That's fine. Okay, loaded. Let's see a 5R. But I'm just doing 2 right now. Look at that. Really good. Really good profit. Let's see. Let's see how many end of days. 1, 2. How is there only 2 end of days? That's interesting. 2 end of day profits. Okay. That's interesting. How many losses we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 losses. All right. Which yields about 3 winners. 3 winners got me there? That's incredible. 1, 2, and 3. That's amazing. Only 3 winners are needed for a 5R. That's amazing. How it's profitable. They're both the same amount of profit, you believe it or not. They're both profitable, nearing $3,000. Both of them, 2R and a 3R. So which one do we pick? We just got done talking about it. If it's the same amount of profit, I'd rather have a probability of higher, because look at this graph. Obviously, I mean, it's only been 13 trades. I'd rather have more to see, but there can be significant losers in a row without any wins. Again, this is such a small win rate. 5R. There's 3 winners in this entire thing. 1, 2, and 3. 3 winners in this entire 13 trades. I'd rather have an algorithm that is more consistent. So we're going to go with 2R. We've selected 2R as our golden child. Let's call it gold. 2R. Now we're running out of sample data in between them. So let's say 221 to 410. of this year. 221 to 410. 221 to 410. And we're going to do this, and we're going to test. This is, let's say, live market, and there is no optimization. We're testing. There is no test. We're running the system with a 2R because that's what our data says we should. And if it doesn't work, then we do not have a robust system. Then we should not expect it to work in the live market. So this is a big deal. So let's see this. 221 of this year to 410 of this year. That's just in between. Perfectly in between. Alrighty. And now let's go ahead and run the system. I'm going to save first in case this thing crashes. It only crashes if this thing just, is too much data, which might be the case because we're testing about 2 months worth of data. About 2 months worth of data instead of a month. So let's just wait on this thing. It'll take a while. This is why I had to stop. So right now it's pending data. It's pulling data. No, it's called pending data. I know that, but you could also say pulling data. Right now, I think this can be profitable. I think it can do a 2R here. That's our out of sample. This should be good. If this is good too, we have a solid 2R strategy. And honestly, the only difference that can knock us off is probably that slippage. But that's why I said I took this instead of let's say like a 1-box zone. Oops. Yeah, a 1-box zone. It needs to be 8 ticks. It can't be like 3 ticks. It needs to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way down here. That the box needs to be that wide, to be able to take this trade. I don't want just something tiny. So will hopefully improve slippage because we're not getting in and then getting out, and therefore a slippage of 1 tick is like a third of the zone, which is a big deal. But if it's 8 ticks, 1 tick slippage is going to be 1/7 or 1/8 of the zone. Okay, so it's not as devastating of slippage. And again, we're only playing with limit orders, and then the stop loss is the only one that we should get slippage on. So if we get slippage, it's going to be on the stop loss. So, which can happen. So that's one thing that might mess up our system here. Another, I don't think commissions would mess it up. No, because we're taking 1 trade a day. It's 1 trade a day. It's really not that bad. It's 2 contracts. It looks like for the most part. Smaller zones are 4. The bigger zones are 1 contract, all roughly equaling about $500 risk per trade. I think it could be consistent here. The big deal is this out of sample pull here. And then, so if this is clear, if this somehow makes it as profitable, like, all right, we've got a freaking system here. We've got something here. There's a fish on the line. It's not quite out of the water though. We're going to have to test forward testing, not walk forward testing. No, this is our form of walk forward testing right now. In sample data, applying it to the out of sample data. That's a walk forward test. Right now, it's forward testing in in simulator market. Okay, we test this thing on the market, and then if that clears, then we do forward test, or you could just do forward testing on this in live market, but with micros. Instead of $500 a trade, it's $50 a trade. It's divided by 10. That's our goal. We don't want to mess with the simulator. We want to see some slippage and stuff like that. That would be our plan. All right, now it can work. That'd be our plan. And then if that one goes right, it's like, Brahansky, send it. Send it. And then just track it in the live market. And eventually we'll have a portfolio of these things. So forward testing, if that goes right, we're going to do live market. And then track all results. So I would have a full spreadsheet, or at least one good page is specifically for this system, worth of accounting, worth of noting the slippage. Oh, this trade we did 3 tick slippage. It's just an end of day accounting procedure that I would have to do and just let this thing run. But we have to track the results for sure. Track everything. Especially in the live market. You don't want just things, oh, what happened there? Like you don't even know. No, we need a full ledger of what happened. But we won't get to that point if this is not profitable here in this test. We will see. I'm hoping that we get, let's see, 1 month was 6 trades, a month and a half was 13, so double. I'm hoping that this is about month of March plus half on each side, so about 2 months. I'm hoping that we get between 10 and 15, 10 to 15, and I'm hoping that we get 7 wins. That would be gnarly if we can capture that. Let's see. That's my dream. But we will see. I don't know. Hypothesis. I'm thinking it'll be like break even. Unfortunately, I'm thinking that we'll have more losers than winners because it's a 2R. You're supposed to have more losers than winners, unless it's a really, really good system. I'm hoping that we have more than 10 trades, though, for sure. Yeah, and that's it. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it would be like a 40% win rate. We will see. This just takes a while. I recommend skipping until you can see something on the chart. I would just be skipping. Doot, 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 doot. Where is the chart? Doot, 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 doot. Oh, look at that. I can see the time. Oh, you can't see it, but the time on the trade station is 5:12. The time in real life is 5:14. So you can see that it took about 2 minutes to do this. Here's the moment of truth. Oh my goodness. Straight L's. Straight L's. This is not good. 16 trades. Oh my goodness. This is horrible. Darn it. That's a bummer. Let's count wins. 2 R's. Oh no, wait a second. Are we still going for 2R? No, we're going for 5R. Oh, man. I didn't want to. I wanted to say 2R. Now I just ruined it. Gosh darn. I'm going for 2R. What am I talking about? So, oh, man. The suspense. No, I did. The 5R was still on there. So it should be about 16 trades. Okay. A little bit more than I thought. So 5R we know is not profitable. So far risk reward is just not the thing to do. We want to go small. In all reality, I would definitely test the 1R. I think it would yield a bounce. Just for people getting out of the market at the gap fill, I just think it would work. Which 2R is kind of bounce too. Yeah, it's kind of a bounce, but remember it has to move at least 4 ticks or 4 points away. That's a decent amount of move. Oh man, now it's gonna take a long time again. It's gonna take another 2 minutes. I recommend skipping. That's what I'm doing. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, I'm hoping we got it. Still loading. All right, we got data. The moment of truth. Oh, shucks. We've got really bad trades here. Not good. Let's count losers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 losers. Holy crap. 12 losers. W's. Let's see the W's. End of day. That's one of them. So 1 target, 2 targets. 2 winners, 1 end of day. 2 winners, 1 end of day. Okay, so this would not pass the test. We've got a performance graph that looks like this. It's negative. In the months before this, it was positive. In the months after this, it was positive. But it doesn't matter. We need to be positive pretty much month by month. If it's an active everyday system like this, once a day, it should be profitable. So unfortunately, this tail ends in a loss. A loss. But you know what? That's just so much like trading sometimes, you know? You just bucket a loss. On to the next. It's kind of how it works. All right. Thanks for watching. Peace be with you. Bye.
Get used to, but there's no man as terrified as the man who stands to lose you. Oh, I hope I don't lose you. Please stay. I want you, I need you, oh God. Don't take these beautiful things that I've got. Please stay. I want you, I need you, oh God. Don't take these beautiful things that I've got. Oh, please.
All right, deuces.